Hello and welcome back to a Pokemon Elite Redux Elite playthrough. Today we have ourselves a new Mega on the squad. I have decided to change things around a little bit. I still want to use more Mega Luxxra because it is, my favorite Pokemon, but today we are adventuring into the world of Mega Kingdra, because this is also a Pokemon that I want to try out, and we have some interesting supporting cast members. Some Pokemon that are coming back that we haven't seen in a while that we used at the start of the playthrough, which is interesting. But to start things off, let's go to the big guns. We have ourselves our Kingdra with the Kingdra Knight. Now, one thing to say is that this thing has two Megas. We're using normal Kingdra-ite, but there is Kingdra Knight Y as well. So there is definitely a chance for this to come back as well. But now, we're just going to see how normal Kingdra goes. I'm still running pretty much the same set that we were running when we were using it before, which is Fast Special Attacker with its good buffed Special Attack and Attack stats compared to normal. The stats are a little bit more spread out than usual. Before it's, I think base Kingdra is just 95 in everything. So we're a little bit more specialized than that. We are running Snipe Shot. We are running Dragon Pulse instead of Dragon Rage. That's the only change I've made. We're running Sludge Bomb and running Hydro Pump. The reason I'm running Dragon Pulse is just it's a bit more damage. Dragon Rage hits Fairy types, but I mean, I have Sludge Bomb. So if we face a Fairy type, I'm just going to click Sludge Bomb. So I think we should be fine just going with the 10 extra base power on Dragon Pulse. But we also have, like I said, the ability to Mega Evolve this into a Kingdra Knight Y, which we don't have at the moment, or I would try both this episode. For now, we're going to focus on normal Mega Kingdra. As for the supporting cast, we have our Ludicolo back. I kept the Big Root on it for old time's sakes, but we have ourselves this Ludicolo with Swift Swim. Kingdra also has Swift Swim at the moment. We'll see if the Mega still keeps that. I'm hoping it does, because I kind of want to run a little bit of a Rain team without Rainy Cast on right now. But Modest Nature, very, very fast Ludicolo. The stat spread looks a little bit weird, but it's fine. We don't get like an extra point here, right? I mean, it would be an extra point here, so a little bit of a weird stat spread, but it's optimal. I don't know why I decided to optimize this by 1 point on a Ludicolo of all Pokemon, but I did. We're running Quiver Dance, though, which is the reason why this is coming back, is because I keep seeing all of these Pokemon that get access to this move now that they're above level 50, and that makes me happy, because I love this move. Yeah, Quiver Dance, Giga Drain. Tried to combine that all into one word there. That was horrible. We have Brine, which is super effective versus water types, which makes sense because we're in the ocean right now. And we have Absorb in case we want to, take something stat changes, because I still think this is a fun move that could be useful if something, tries to do anything crazy, like sets up a Quiver Dance of their own. We could just steal it, which could be kind of funny. But yeah, we also have ourselves Hatches the Lantern, right? First and foremost, slight spoiler on the moveset, I know, but we have this thing for Drizzle, okay? This way we can set up the rain, and we can have our Kingdra and our Ludicolo go crazy. We're a Bold Nature. We have very high special attack, despite being a Bold Nature. The Bold Natures just kind of round out our defenses a little bit. We have a lot of HP. The important thing is this. We have Electro Shot on Lanturn. And for anyone that does not know what Electro Shot is, it is the move that I believe is exclusive to Arcaludon, the evolved form of Duraludon. And this move is busted. As bloated as can be. The closest comparison is, like Solar Beam, although I think in the base game it's stronger than Solar Beam. I have that in my memory for some reason. I don't know its exact base power. I think it might be 130, but 130 base power I think is what it normally is. 120 in this game. In rain, this fires immediately, like Solar Beam would in the sun. But also, on the first turn, we get a special attack boost. Now, because we set up Drizzle, this should mean that we immediately get a special attack boost and then fire an Electro Shot with the increased special attack, guaranteed. And I think that's going to be absurd. So, we'll see how that goes. We also still have Brine for super effective damage versus water, Thunder Wave in case something's spooky, and Volt Switch in case I want to swap straight to Kingdra, but I think we're going to be clicking Electro Shot a couple times. It's kind of the plan today. We'll see how things go with these new team members. I do really like Lanturn as a Pokemon. Hello, you're going to be my first test. Okay, if I can line up with you. I do really like Lanturn. Obviously, the Lanturn doesn't need a Power Herb, but if we find any other Pokemon with Electro Shot, we can also run a Power Herb on it. A little bit like what we're doing with Kaiosy with Skull Bash, where Skull Bash is, an attack boost on the first turn and then big damage on the second turn, but both activate in one turn. You get the attack boost and the damage if you use a Power Herb. So, we'll see. It definitely is a strong move that I think could be very well utilized. I'm going to just straight up click Electro Shot and not look at anything that's happening because I believe in it that much. That's a lot of damage. Oh. Do you have hyper aggressive or do you have multi-hit? It's multi-hit, isn't it? Because you have all of your stupid little eyeball hands. Well, that's rude. Well, now I just feel like I talked for 5 minutes about how great that was, just to get one shot and not even be able to show it off. We're running a bold nature as well for the extra physical defense, and it was just not worth it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. We're here to see Mega Kingdra, right? Let's see what Mega Kingdra is like. So at the moment, I have Swift Swim. We do KO. If I go for this snipe shot, which should KO outright unless it has a focus sash, but I don't think it does, because it would say it wouldn't KO, I think. We go ahead, we change it to Mega Kingdra. Sea Guardian raised its special attack. Oh. Goodbye, Barbarical. 877 damage is not bad. Holy, okay. Oh, I guess it did have its defenses dropped. Yeah, never mind. That's not quite as impressive. I'm gonna hold back. It's not quite as impressive. It's still decent, but it's not as crazy as I thought. What do you have? You have 324 special attack and 301 speed. That's obviously that's got to be still Swift Swim, right? Yeah, okay, that's still Swift Swim. Okay, I was about to say that's an absurdly high speed stat if it didn't still have it. So we do keep Swift Swim as our ability, meaning we might keep all of our normal abilities when we Mega Evolve, and then it's just, you know, that we get Sea Guardian instead of things. We keep Multi-Scale, which is nice. We also have Mega Launcher, which is also nice to boost the power of, like, Hydro Pump, for example. And Dragon Pulse as well, notably, which also synergizes as well. But yeah, 324 special attack is not bad at all. I like that. I do like that. Most of our moves KO, so we can just go ahead and go for Dragon Pulse for a little bit of style points, I guess. We'll KO the Bear Tick. And I want to change the ability around. So I need to make sure I do that more. I need to change the ability around on these Megas when I'm trying them out. See what different abilities they can have. Because there's nothing saying that we'll be stuck with Swift Swim on all of them. So let's change to Skill Link, for example, and see what we get in place of Skill Link. I still want to leave with Patches because I want a big, strong Electro Shot to destroy things. We have a double battle there. Double battle is spooky. We have other single battles, though. Okay. So we'll do the single battles while we're testing, and then we'll decide on the best ability, and then go back to the double battle with the nice, strong ability, and hopefully destroy them nice and easily. Force Alert, you're getting hit by Electro Shot, and I'm going to see you get destroyed, okay? 80% to 96%. See, that says that it doesn't KO, but that's not factoring in the fact that we're about to get a special attack increase. Force Alert used to Protect. Does that still activate my special attack increase? Oh. Thank you, Corsola. Thank you. I appreciate it. And because this isn't like a power herb, we don't waste our item or anything like that. We just get a special attack increase. And now we can Electro Shot again. We get another special attack increase. Like, imagine this, but on a Pokemon that has an actual speed stat. It would be so strong. I also have an Electro Gem on this for extra damage, which is overkill, I know, but like, funny damage number, you know? 358, not too crazy, but again, we're not fully invested in special attack. We could be a modest nature. We're not. We just have the EVs there. Kangaskhan coming out is fine. We can just Electro Shot again, honestly. Patches also doesn't have the highest special attack stat. It's got like a lot of HP, right? That's his main thing, is a base 125 HP stat normally. Which I don't know if that's exactly the same in Elite Redux. I don't remember it being changed. Yeah, it's still 125. The stats look pretty much the same. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but it's nothing too crazy. However, when we find ourselves a good electric type with a decent speed stat that can learn Electro Shot, then that becomes an incredible Rain Team Pokemon for sure. So, we'll see. This is just the beginning of this move. There's a lot of very, very busted moves in Pokemon, especially more so nowadays, alright? Because, I mean, that's how they keep you interested, right? Is they give you an even more insane move than what was in the last generation, and they just slowly keep increasing it, just a tiny little bit, incrementally, each time a new generation comes out. And, Generation 10 is going to be crazy. That's what I'm going to say. Generation 10 is going to have some absolutely bloated moves. Can't wait for Hyper Beam, but it hits twice because it feels like it. That's maybe generation like 15. That'll be a while. But let's go to Kingdra. Because, I mean, that is the point. I don't want to just use... I probably could have just used Lanturn, but... I actually don't want to KO this. I'm just gonna go for a snipe shot. Please don't shell smash or anything spooky, because I want to see my abilities and stuff, so I don't want to KO right now. Sea Guardian's gonna up our special attack. This is still gonna hurt really hard. It is a cloister. It might just KO. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't KO, which means that we can see what we have. Icicle Crash, baby damage, that's fine. You didn't shell smash or anything. That was the only thing that I'd be slightly afraid of. And let's see if we still have Swift Whip. Obviously, we outsped there, but, like, we outsped anyway, so that doesn't really tell us anything. You have 201 speed. You have changed. Sniper. Uh-huh. Yeah, that makes sense. That is a fun set to run on Kingdra. It's the set that I've run the most. Which makes me think that the last ability will be something to give it a physical utility thing, maybe? Because at the moment, its physical attack looks really bad. In fact, are its physical and special stats still the same? I know we're getting a special attack increase, but we're in EV invested, right? It says ups highest stat on entry. Could that be attack? No, actually. Wow. Special attack is higher by a good margin. Okay. Okay. I actually am a little bit surprised. I thought I was going to see a mixed attacker. Because Kingdra is usually, you know, a Pokemon that you can use with two options. Although I guess there is a Kingdra Knight Y. The Kingdra Knight Y is probably the physical alternative, and this is the special alternative. A little bit like how, you know, Charizard X is physical, Charizard Y is special. Charizard X is kind of mixed, I think. I think its physical attack and special attack are pretty similar, but, like, you would run it as a physical attacker because of the moves that it gets, and Dragon Dance, and Belly Drum, and all that stuff. Okay, so we have Sniper. That can be good, but I feel like that would be fine on regular Kingdra. So we'll see what Hydration becomes, because Skill Link did change at least, so maybe it'll be something crazy. Do we have... Okay, we do have more single trainers to fight before we have to do that double battle, so we can get more testing in, which is obviously what I want to do. Velo, I'm sorry, I have to Electro Shot you. I want to use Ludicolo as well, but Ludicolo, to be honest, it's just Quiver Dance. That's the only change there. There's plenty of Pokemon that get Quiver Dance. Everyone sees that all the time, right? I mean, like... Quiver Dance isn't anything new. There are plenty of bugs with that. Electro Shot Lanturn Supercharged, though. That's kind of new. That's kind of fresh and fun. And speaking of fresh and fun, I should also mention, just in case anyone's been living under 27 different rocks, all piled on top of each other, burying you, and you've been screaming for help, but somehow this is the only video that you've found, I have good news. No one's coming to save you. That's not the good news. The good news is Silksong got a release date. I know, isn't it so much better than receiving any help in that situation? I think so. I think it's better. That was a weird tangent. I will admit, that was weird. But my point stands true. I am very excited because I have been waiting for so long, not even for Silksong especially, I've been waiting to play Hollow Knight in general until Hollow Knight Silksong is released, okay? I bought the game back like 5 years ago, and I said to myself, I will not play Hollow Knight until Hollow Knight Silksong is also there so I can play them together at the same time. What a dumb decision that was past me. Why did you say that? You could have just played them and enjoyed it, but it has sat in my library for the past 5 years while I've waited for Silksong to get a release date, and I'm going to wait until it fully releases to finally go ahead and play Hollow Knight, because I like playing games in a series like that at the same time. I just find that kind of fun. You know, I waited until the Lies of P DLC came out before I played Lies of P, which took ages, by the way. So I was kind of doing the same thing with Hollow Knight. I'm glad that it finally has a release date. The release date is September 4th, for anyone that is curious, which is very, very close. I will say, as of the time of this recording, the game is still not set with that release date on Steam, and they also did not specify 2025 as the year in the announcement trailer. They just said September 4th, and there was no year on the side. Don't want to make anyone afraid, but I'm just saying. Oh wow, we get adaptability as our ability in place of the bad one. Hydration, that was it, instead of hydration. Adaptability might actually be better than Swift Swim. Like, we're pretty fast already. 115 base speed, timid. Adaptability might actually be better. Although we're pairing it with Drizzle right now, so I'll probably change it back to that, but like, adaptability is good. That makes for a really strong wall breaker. Adaptability plus a special attack increase. That's gonna hit hard. That's a strong wall breaker right there. But yeah, I am excited for Hollow Knight Silksong. I've had it on my list to play for ages because I do like Souls-likes, but I've also been seeing like a huge resurgence of people going and doing like Hollow Knight 112% runs, which is why I like to do everything, basically. And I really do kind of want to do that. I don't think it's a game that I want to record, because I think it's a game that I'm going to play in like pretty lengthy sessions, and I don't like talking for a super long amount of time, so I'm probably not going to record it, but I am definitely going to be playing it, and I am excited that it's coming out. There is also, this one's a meme, okay? This one's a meme, but I am also excited that they're remaking Castle Miner Z, which, for anyone that does not know what that is, it was poor people's Minecraft that came out on, like, the Xbox before, I think it was before Minecraft did. So it was basically like this zombie defense Minecraft-style game with all the blocks. They're remaking that in Unreal Engine 5, and man, honestly, I'm kind of excited. It's gonna be terrible, and I'm gonna love it. They're also announcing, or I should say, they also announced that a couple of other games are going to be releasing on September 4th. One of them is, I think it was called Hell Is Us, which is another Souls-like, which is going to be releasing on September 4th, the same day as Silksong. That's tough. That's tough. Kingdra, 65 speed. It's a Beautifly, which got its speed increase. I guess Kingdra hit Beautifly, Visual Outspeed, and Swift Swim, and will use Electro Shot onto Dustox for big damage. I'm not super afraid of Beautifly Dustox, which is why I'm not talking about this battle all too much. But yeah, unfortunate for Hell Is Us and anything else that's, you know, coming out to be at the same time as Silksong, because I think it's like the most anticipated game in the world. Which, as someone who still hasn't played Hollow Knight, I don't fully understand, but I feel like I would like Hollow Knight, which is why I've been, you know, waiting all this time. So I kind of get it, but it's a tough time to have just released a game. I think the Peak developers, by the way, also had a little notification in their game saying, hey, enjoy the next 2 weeks playing our game before you forget all about us and go play Silksong. And I was like, oh, that's so true, but like, oh. Nah, Peak is a great game. I don't see it going anywhere. As long as they keep, you know, like, adding new biomes and stuff like that, I think it'll be a fun game for people to come back to with their friends, but, like, I did find that message very funny. So, yeah. In case you've been living under, like I said, 27 rocks, Silksong has a release date. We'll see if they stick to it. Because the game's been scheduled to release for, like I said, like 6 years, and I'm almost out of trust with that company. I don't know. I know they've had a lot of internal struggles at Team Cherry, but like, man, it's been a while. It has been a while. Is that every single trainer on the ocean side? I think that is every single trainer on the ocean side, meaning it is time to start making our way towards Cycling Road. Because we have all of the trainers over there that we can still go ahead and battle. I think we could also go ahead and, like, surf this way and see maybe what's on this route. Dex nav? Just a little bit of curiosity. We have ourselves... Oh, Kingdra. Fitting. Very fitting, actually. Magikarp, I think I already have a Gyarados. Pelipper. Pelipper could be fun with Drizzle, but I mean, like, if Lanturn gets Drizzle, I don't see myself ever using a Pelipper, right? Because... I mean, I guess Pelipper gets, you know, the Tailwind, which could be nice. Maybe we could use a Pelipper. Oh. I see that Sparkle. Kingdra Knight Y. Kingdra Knight Y time? No. If I had to guess what Pokemon would get a Mega Stone at Cycling Road, well, I guess it would have to be a Pokemon that we don't already have the Mega Stone of, so it would be something that doesn't already have a Mega. Is it Mega Cyclizar? Because it's a bicycle. Or Miraidon Koraidon. But no. It'd have to be Miraidon. That's way too strong. We're not getting a Mega Miraidon. And it wouldn't be placed this obviously at this random cycling road. This is Mega Cyclizar. If I have predicted this right, I will scream in happiness, to be honest. And that'd probably be it. I don't have anything too crazy to say, but Cyclizar? Shuckle Knight. I was never going to guess that. Never in a million billion years would I have guessed that first. Okay. Do we have a Shuckle? I do not have a Shuckle, which means that I must have went past it at one point and not picked it up, assuming it would be like a regular Shuckle. That might be next episode. Next episode, we might be messing around with Shuckle. Hi. I want the pink head one. I want the... Well, now I'm just sad. I didn't get Battle Trainer that I wanted, but oh well. 5 Pokemon. Vika Volt Bead. Okay. Alright, I'm going back to focusing and not thinking about Silksong anymore. I will think about Silksong again when the game's actually released. I actually started playing a game called Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon recently, and that game is probably going to be my addiction for the next few weeks, because that's a Skyrim-like, but in my opinion, I'm liking it more than Skyrim right now, which is bold, and I think the main reason for that is very, very early infinite stash that you can craft from, I think is the main reason, because I am a loot goblin in those types of games, and I'm being allowed to loot goblin, and I like that. You are very fast. Like, really, really fast, which is how Vikavolt should be. I do think that it makes sense for it to be a fast Pokemon. You also have Speed Boost. Okay, this is spooky. What do you have to hit me with? You have Energy Ball. Oh. I mean, we could go to, like, Popcorn. Okay, well, I guess if it's a 2-hit KO on Energy Ball and Struggle Bug, it could probably go for either. I don't feel like I'm going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, Brian is not going to KO without a crit, which makes Electro Shot probably stronger. We could also Volt Switch out into something that can deal with this. What Pokemon do you have? You have Cyclizar, Beedrill, Typhlosion, Manectric. Okay, I'm not too afraid of that team. I really want to just click Electro Shot because it's funny, but I don't have any priority on this team, I'm just realizing, so I don't really get any use out of that. I guess I'm just Volt Switching. Or I could just let this thing go. Do I need this for anything? No, I really don't. Okay, we're clicking Electro Shot. I want to do the funny thing. I can't help myself. It could always crit. You know, we could always crit this, and then we would have a big, fat ton of damage into this, and then we'd have a special attack for what comes out next. And we don't outspeed anything else on that team, but, you know. Lanturn probably doesn't do much else other than this, to be honest. Electric Gem boosted, Electro Shot, special attack increase. Big damage. Decent. Sadly, it's not quite enough to where the Life Orb will KO it, which is a real shame. It does mean that something else is going to have to take a hit, which is really annoying. Because Vikavolt does hit hard. It's got like base 145 special attack. It hits hard. It's a strong Pokemon. Yeah, so 1 HP left. Who do we go to deal with the 1 HP? We can't go to Basculegion to Revenge Kill because it's already got its special attack increases. I'm basically just sacrificing something, which sucks. It really sucks. Who is the most useless against Typhlosion and Manectric? Popcorn is useful against them. Basculegion is always useful to Revenge KO. Ludicolo doesn't really do too much against that team. There was a Beedrill which would KO it. Cyclizar, I don't really know what that does, but I mean, we have Kingdra that could deal with it, so I mean, it's fine. I think we just go to Ludicolo. Best case scenario is we can live a struggle bug and I can set up a quiver dance. Can I live a struggle bug? Guaranteed Oko. I cannot live a struggle bug. That is a real shame. I would love to absorb those speed increases. We don't live. We don't live, unfortunately. And a crit just to be rude. That's fine, though. That's fine. 511 damage. I don't like seeing when the enemy has big numbers. I like to do the big numbers. That makes me feel better, but, you know. Now the enemy gets to feel good, and that makes me sad. We go to Kingdra now, though. We're in the rain. We're swift swimmed. We should be fine. We should be in a good situation here. Cyclozar comes out. That is fine. We are Mega Evolving, and we are Dragon Pulsing, for sure. I should have maybe checked what I could do. It's interesting that we see a Cyclozar immediately after I just said Cyclozar, right? For the Mega Stone, just on that route. Is it a sign that it still exists to give me hope? Are the developers trying to give me hope that a Mega Cyclozar is still going to exist later into this game? I think it's too new. I don't think there's going to be that many Gen 9 Pokemon that have Megas in this game. I'd be surprised. Manectric. I outspeed you, probably. 189, 301, yep. So you should just get KO'd by a good old Snipe Shot. Goodbye. I want to see Kingdra do some sweeping right now. For a 438 damage is very nice. Nearly said 83 because I got the numbers wrong. Happens. Typhlosion. Typhlosion, okay. We're saving the Beedrill because it's Mega Beedrill, right? Typhlosion gets destroyed by this because Typhlosion is now Fire Ground type in this game. I remember. 13 damage. Never mind, that Vikavolt can have its moment. It may have hit for over 500, but I hit for over 1,000, so I am winning. I am winning. Mega Beedrill. Focus Sash Beedrill. 225 speed? Why? Why do you have 225 speed? You want Mega. You want Mega. What? That's crazy. That's so fast. Why is it so fast? I mean, none of my moves KO because Focus Sash, but like, why is it so fast? Like, we have ways of dealing with this. It's fine, but like, Drill Peck, that's okay. That shouldn't KO, even with Hyper Aggressive. Yes, baby damage, even with its Speed Force multiplier. I mean, that's still not good damage, but like, if it has 225 speed, that's obviously not the base number, that's EV trained, but like, if it has that much speed before Mega Evolving, how good have they made Mega Beedrill? How strong is that Pokemon now? I'm very curious. Well, looks like we're going straight into this battle. I will battle all of these Cyclone trainers. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'll battle them all. Fine. What could possibly be the issue? Raichu is going to KO my Lanturn because it's Park Ground type. I remember this. But Brian also KOs. Do you have anything? Oh, you have a Focus Sash. Okay, well that sucks. And you have Earth Power, which doesn't KO. Okay, it is definitely going for Earth Power. Right? What was this other move it had? It had Nasty Plot. Okay, that's a little bit spooky. I was gonna say I could just go to Popcorn and have Levitate. But, I don't want it to Nasty Plot. That would be really bad, so I'm actually just gonna Brine. Lanturn's here to set up the rain for Mega Kingdra. That's its priority, right? That's the thing that I care about the most, just getting the rain up easily. And then Kingdra can do everything from there, basically. So I don't mind if Lanturn does get KO'd by something. I just like seeing Electro Shot KO one thing first. It just, that would make me happy. If I just saw Electro Shot KO something in the lead, I'd be happier. But at least it didn't Nasty Plot, I guess. Because if it Nasty Plot, if it had gone for Nasty Plot and then went for Earth Power, then we would have been in more of a situation. Although I guess we would have outsped with Kingdra in the rain, so it wouldn't really change too much, I guess. I just see setup moves and I get afraid, you know? But we will Mega Evolve with Kingdra. Kingdra will save the day, as always. I kind of want to make it go back to Adaptability, because Adaptability is going to hit so hard, it's going to let me see such big numbers. So goodbye, Raichu. We'll get our Sea Guardian. We could also consider running Adaptability and lowering our special attack slightly so that we get a speed increase on entry. And then we'd have the adaptability for the extra damage, which would make us... It'd probably be a little bit weaker overall, I think, than just Swift Swim and a special attack increase. But I don't know for sure. Another Cyclozar, though. What do you have? You have a Silk Scarf. 207 speed. Multi-scale. Ooh, you're gonna Dragon Claw me with multi-scale, huh? Although I also have multi-scale. Dragon Pus? Dragon Pus? Ew, gross. No, please, Kingdra, don't Dragon Pus. Dragon Pulse is a guaranteed Oko through multi-scale? Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, Kingdra. I see how it is. You're not gonna take any kind of anything. You're just gonna destroy every opponent. I'm okay with that. Oricorio, I'm so sorry. I'm just clicking Dragon Pus again. Yep, that's what we're calling it now. For this battle, our Kingdra is Pussy. I'm so sorry if you're one of those people that likes to put on a nice YouTube video while you eat. I do apologize. I'm sorry for what I'm saying. Just think about Silksong. It's fine. Think about Silksong. It'll all be okay. Yeah, I do love seeing those memes of like, you have been sentenced to eating food without YouTube. Oh. Really a horrifying fate. Pink hair. I've been writing without stopping. My thighs are like rocks. Good. Good. The best way to be, you know? I appreciate that. Electrode, you are annoying because I can't Electro Shot you. Well, you're giving me electric terrain. Well, I can Electro Shot you. I can Electro Shot you, actually, because of the electric terrain. Never mind. We click Electro Shot here. This has a very good chance of KOing, actually, and that makes me happy. See, this is a moment where I'm happy. I like seeing Lanturn do this. This brings joy to my soul. And with Electric Gem, which I think is calculated when we first click the move. Pretty sure it is, so... Ooh, okay, Focus Sash, that's fine, that's fine. It went for agility when it already outsped, so I don't care. That's completely fine. Explosion? 486 speed, that's a lot. That's a lot. You have Aftermath, you have Momentum, yup. You have Zing Zap, Electro Ball, Secret Power Water. You can't hit me. I will take my extra special attack increase, actually. Wow. This Electrode can't hit my Lanturn. Okay. Love that, actually. Love that. That makes me feel great joy. Give me all of the special attack increases, please. Once we're done with Cycling Road, we will start making our way either into C. Morville, if that's open to us, which I feel like it should be, or we'll start making our way up to Winona. If we have C. Morville available, I will go to C. Morville first, because I'm enjoying just, like, going around the map and just testing things right now. Like, none of these battles have been super difficult, as I get entirely one-shot by a Staraptor. Which, by the way, Staraptor in the base games is a Pokemon that with, you know, its ability Reckless and Double Edge, it can, in fact, KO a Palkia outright. It's just a straight-up Oko. It's a spooky Pokemon. Never underestimate a Staraptor, okay? It may be a generic bird, but man, is that Pokemon good. How good, actually? Choice Banded. Violent Rush, Reckless, yup, with Brave Bird and Double Edge. Yup. It's strong. Not strong enough to live, you know, against a Kingdra, because it's not good defensively, but, like, Staraptor hits hard. I still don't know which is my favorite generational bird. It's either Staraptor or Swellow. I like both for different reasons. I like Swellow because I have fond memories of using it, you know, as a kid in, like, my very first Pokemon Emerald run, where it became my favorite game. But Staraptor I've used in so many fan games and on Pokemon Showdown and in my Gen 4 runs, because let's be honest, everyone ran the same Gen 4 team of their starter, Luxxra, Staraptor. you know, it was always kind of the same team. There's very little variation, but, you know, it's still got a soft spot in my heart. I'm losing my ability to talk. It's been over half an hour, hasn't it? Yep. Every time I go over half an hour, my ability to talk diminishes. But I will battle you. We'll clear out this little section so I don't come back next time we play and then immediately have a person, like, driving into me. Cycling into me, even. Hi, Arcanine. Would you allow me to Electro Shot you for a ton of damage, or do I have to use Brine? I can Electro Shot. Electro Shot will KO. In fact, Electro Shot is a more consistent KO chance than Brine, because this is going to be boosted by 50%. Alright. Jaw Lock. Oh. Neither Pokemon can run away. Lanturn's not running. Lanturn's charging. Lanturn isn't running. Arcanine, you've doomed yourself. Big damage. Goodbye, Arcanine. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Like, I know today was based around Kingdra, but I've also had a lot of fun using Lanturn. I will admit. We really haven't used Ludicolo a single time today, have we? Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah. That's my fault. We're gonna get Earthquaked right now, though. So, I mean, when I click Brine, we probably get KO'd, right? Head Smash misses. Never mind. Never mind. I take it back. Never mind. We're good. Okay. Alright. Keep it rolling, Lanturn. Never mind. Ludicolo doesn't need to come out. I was gonna say we could bring Ludicolo out after this and have it try and just sweep without Quiver Dancing, but, like... Boltund, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Huh? Brine. I don't even need to Electro Shot for another boost. We just click Brine. Oh, you're gonna crit me. Okay, well, I mean, yep, that will do it. You got me there. You got me there. You can do that. You know, that is one thing that you can do. Speed boost? Ooh. Ooh. Ludicolo, I still believe in you. Probably shouldn't, but I do. Do I outspeed now? No. Okay, so if I Quiver Dance, I'm still gonna be slower, and that'd be a bad move to make. Meaning, I have to go for Brine. We should live a Thunderfang, I think. Oh! Well, that about sums up my attempt at using Ludicolo, doesn't it? Okay, listen, Quiver Dance is good and all, but, like... yeah. It's not as good as just using a Mega Kingdra. You know, that's kind of how it goes. Mega Kingdra should live. Right? So we can Snipe Shot. Right? Mega Kingdra surely lives. If it doesn't, we actually have a situation on our hands. If it doesn't, we might be in actual trouble. Lovely Bite. Uh-oh. Okay, we live. We have multi-scale. I was taking that into consideration when I brought it out. But I was a little bit worried that a crit plus super effective would KO. But we're good. We're good. Okay, we get rid of the Boltund. And Mega Kingdra, can you clean things up right now? This was another one of those battles where I didn't look at what they had. Grand Ball. Snipe Shot KOs. Sludge Bomb does not. It probably isn't really worth having Sludge Bomb. I guess if the rain goes away, Sludge Bomb would probably be more damage. Snipe Shot is actually stronger against this Grand Ball. It's because it's super effective, because it's Fairy Ground. That's why. Yep. Yep. Okay. I remember. I remember. I didn't remember until I clicked that move and saw the super effective chime, but I remember now. Rattle, 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 rattle. Understandable. That's how the internet feels right now. Silk song, silk song, silk song, silk song, skong, 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 skong. But either way, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, testing out this Mega Kingdra, leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, bye.